First thing I'm doing today is cutting up some of this JMac clay into manageable pieces so that I can sculpt with it. Got to do it every once in a while. And you're going to hear the loud heater going off and on because it's been really cold here in southwest Montana, as it has been all over the country. Okay, one of the things I've got to do is I've got to get back in here and put some clay between her cheek and her hair to strengthen this whole thing up. Because I'm going to have to cut her head off again and work on that face a little bit better. And so I'm going to do that right now. The clay is still rather stiff, and for that reason it's going to make it hard to work with. It's got to work with strengthening that hair. It's like building bones in the hair. And I've got to also anchor the hair to the shirt so that when or the top of the dress, so that when I take the head off, it'll stay where it's supposed to be. So I've got to strengthen all that and anchor it all. You have to be a bit of an engineer when you're a sculptor, because you've got to make things strong enough to hold in place. Now I'm just very carefully pushing it in at this angle. I just got to clip off that fondue stick. A little closer. There we go. So that's below the clay. I'm going to try this. Going in right there. Okay. It looks messy right now, but it'll be fine. Get this back in here. Now all these things that I'm doing I've never done before with the supporting the hair. And as a sculptor, you'll be constantly challenged by the design of the sculpture that you're working on. And you need to use your noodle to figure out exactly what to do. I'm going to take this hair off because I want to cut her face off. I'm not going to cut her head off. Now I got this real thin brass wire, I think it is, and I'm putting it on a fondue stick. Whoops. Now, not so worried about that. I can always add that back on again. I want to cross them over. Push the wire back. It came off nicely. All right, I've drilled a couple holes about where the face is going to be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple fondue sticks in. And this is so that it'll keep the head from sliding around. Okay. I don't want them protruding through the face, so I'm taking a look at the profile and I'll trim them off well below the surface. There. Now it's stable, and it won't be moving around on me. All right, I've got it mounted on a jig on my stand, and so I have it steady and I can work on the face close and try to clean it up. This takes some delicate work here, and got all the tools that I need nearby so I can do this. I figured this out on the fly. I got to get these holes that are in the face filled. And the only way to do it is doing what I'm doing right now. This is not the first time I've cut a face off. I did a portrait of a gentleman on a sculpture of Sagittarius. It was his birth sign, and he wanted to have his face on the centaur. It's a horseman type figure. I'll see if I can find a photograph of it to put up here. Really turned out great. Because sometimes you just have to figure out things. You know what you have to do. And you work it out in your mind how to do it. There's just no way I could have worked on the face with her up there in the air on the horse. I'm just studying the tool with both my hands. I was sitting there thinking, that upper lip just looks way too close to the chin. And I was right. You've got to keep evaluating your piece as you're working on it. And you can't be afraid to change things if they don't look right. You can't do it once it's cast in bronze. All right, the last thing I'm going to do today is go over the face with Roncinol, smooth it out, see where I need to work on it, and see where I don't need to work on it. Okay, I'm going to use a little Roncinol. I'm going to use a couple of oil painter's brushes because they don't lose their bristles when you work with them. Both are soft. This one's a little stiffer, and we'll see what happens. Alright, I'm going to leave it sit overnight and come in when it's cold tomorrow morning and see about putting it on and seeing how it looks. I'm not going to touch it because if I touch it now with the Roncinol on it, the clay is soft and it'll easily mark up. So I'm just going to let it sit overnight. and then put it back on the face and see how it looks. All right, everybody, have a great night, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. I have a nurse coming tomorrow for a weekly visit, and so I don't know what time, but we'll play it by ear. Good night, everybody. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really would help me. Also, check out the link below this video. It will take you to a review of my 9 instructional videos that could be very helpful to you if you're thinking of sculpting. Good night, everybody.